On Friday, Trump appointed Justices Amy Coney Barrett and Neil Gorsuch were two of the three conservatives who ruled with the majority. And here's what the president had to say about them.
I think their decision was terrible. Yeah. I think it's an embarrassment to their families. You want to know the truth, the two of them.
And a new Washington Post-ABC News-Ipsos poll conducted before Friday's decision shows that 64% of Americans disapprove of President Trump's handling of tariffs. Now to discuss, Chuck is a CBS News political contributor and a Democratic strategist, and Rina is a former senior GOP congressional advisor, and notably she was named in last week's winning case of the Supreme Court opposing the president's tariffs. So Rina, I want to start with you. Is the president undermining his own authority by going after justices that he appointed?
Yeah, good morning. I'm looking at President Trump's knee-jerk reaction, lashing out at the justices as fools and lapdogs. I think what that shows is that he's more interested in power grabs and respecting the Constitution, like longtime conservatives like me are. And also, that's not strong. That's just sore losing. I think his new workaround with the 15% global levy, it is a desperate move that's going to hike prices for American families and businesses. We beat him once. We're going to fight this too. Because for Republicans, this is really a gut check, this ruling is. I mean, we've just got to reclaim our roots and free markets and checks on this executive overreach that he's just shown us he will not let down on. What we see is some Republicans just blindly following President Trump's very chaotic agenda. So I was proud to be part of a good crop of folks that said, these tariffs do not make sense and they're not conservative in any way.
I want to talk about this. Yesterday, New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler defended his support for the president's tariffs. Let's take a listen.
With respect to tariffs, the bottom line was that resolution that was put in front of Congress was about ending a national emergency on fentanyl. The fact is we do have a national emergency on fentanyl. And by the way, fentanyl deaths are down because this administration has actually gone after the cartels, which your administration prior did not.
And Rina, I want to get your reaction to this. Should Republicans be distancing themselves from the president's trade policy after this ruling?
Absolutely. I believe they should if they want to win again. I think for Congressman Lawler, he's taking a big risk there. That pivot to fentanyl didn't make sense to me. I'm somebody that cares a great deal about fentanyl coming over our borders. I'm born and raised in West Virginia, which is my county. The one I was born in was once named the epicenter of the opioid epidemic by the New York Times. And believe me, I'm somebody that genuinely cares. And I don't want it flowing across our borders. But to tie it to, again, what is unconstitutional, Congress needed to step in here. I think that's what Congressman Lawler left out. I mean, the Supreme Court, when we had last week, means real relief for American businesses. I'm talking lower import costs, less red tape, and billions in potential refunds from, again, those illegal tariffs. So for consumers, these members of Congress who are Republican, they should be saying this is a break from hidden taxes that jack up the prices on everything from toys to electronics. Tying it to fentanyl just doesn't make sense. And look, here's the thing I hear from the president's supporters quite a bit is that these tariffs are a negotiating tactic. These tariffs are going to eliminate the cheap, for example, Chinese imports that we have coming in and filling up our landfills. I'm also concerned about those things, but I believe he's had enough time to try to negotiate and get us better trade deals. And I also don't think that we can make everything in America overnight with the snap of two fingers. So again, I'm proud to have signed on to the amicus brief against these tariffs. It proves even Trump's own appointees value the rule of law over loyalty. Let's look at Congress to do the right thing for us.
Rocha, Rina Shah, we're going to leave the conversation there. Thanks for joining us.